You do your folding, try to maintain the edge. Make sure you are not blocking anybody. If someone is blocking you, make sure you clear road for your view. Okay? So, this is if you are doing small folding. I can decide to do. Can I have people? Sorry, excuse me. If I want to do my folding and I want it to be 1 inch after I finish my work, I will need to measure 1.5. 1.5. Okay? If you measure 1.5, you will fold half. If you want it to be 1.5 after sewing, means you will fold 2 inches. Then you fold half, then you have your 1.5. You want it to be 2 inches, you fold 2.5. So by the time you fold ½ inch, you have your 2 inches. Okay? So you keep measuring to keep track of the exact measurements you are working on. And you make sure you stitch at the edge. Okay, that is about folding. We use the folding to knit the edge of your pattern. Virtually, almost every work you do, you need to fold one thing or the other. Except if you are working on full lining, you may not need folding in some cases. Okay? But if it is not lining work, definitely you will fold several places. It can be hem of the dress, it can be sleeve, it can be slit, and so many places you can fold.
The reason I asked because you said you didn't like weaving.
It's not the inner. You just see people make dress like this instead of folding it down like what you are wearing now. Okay, this one is tiny folding. Okay, so they will just go overlock it. All right. So the next thing I will introduce to you is facing. Facing is also performing same task with this folding. In disguise is to do the same thing. But sometimes when you introduce facing, maybe due to the fact that you want to make it stylish, or maybe your fabric is not enough to include your folding allowance, so that we need to cut another pattern. So the art of joining will take place here. So you need to cut another pattern to perform what is called facing. So I will cut another pattern. Observation is the key to fast learning in this training. If you observe, you'll be able to practice it. But if you didn't observe, or it has not been done once in your presence, You may be confused. You may be confused of how to go about it. Okay, so I want to do facing. You will need to get another pattern which I will have to join, and in our act of joining, you remember the right side of the fabric will be facing the right side. Okay, so I will use 1/2 inch to do my joining. Brother Christopher. And you allow your edge to be equal. This edge is not equal because the fabric is not straight at that side, and forcing it to be equal can spoil the work. So now, if you like, this is optional, I can top stitch. If you top stitch, it will make your facing lay well, very well. Okay, then after this, if you want to do good work, neat job, you can go ahead and use iron, like the one I did folding too. You can use iron to do the folding first before top stitches. It will help you. You will not be struggling with the folding at the same time struggling with the sewing. So the folding is done. It's just for you to control. Matilda, together. Okay. So can I plug iron? Plug
Yes.
iron. Well, bring the iron here for me. Let's do it. I want everyone to see it.